Billboard Philippines Volumes.
On today's show, we go through life lessons learned while balancing a music career and a full-time job. Let's turn up the volume on Lola Amour.
Billboard Philippines Volumes.
Welcome to Volumes, everyone. This is Billboard Philippines Volumes, and I am here with Pio, Raymond, and Zoe of Lola Amour. Make some noise, crowd. All right. Now, podcast mode. Joke. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about balancing a music career with a regular career. So, how do you guys do it? What are your jobs? Let's start with Pio.
Okay, I can start. So I work with Vice Asia. I'm a video producer, so I make reels and TikToks for Vice Asia.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah.
again?
I make reels and TikToks for
Oof.
Vice Asia.
Crazy. Let's go.
Also, I make so like these like short documentaries, usually some interviews.
Yes,
and,
I saw your one with Player 2.
Oh yeah,
That was
that
dope.
one. That was a fun one. That was a really fun shoot, actually. 'Cause they're such crackheads in real life. Also, they're so fun to be with. They're so fun to shoot with. Actually, we had so much good footage that it was hard to choose which parts to include for a 1 minute video. So yeah, that's usually the struggle that I have to go through, looking through footage and compressing it into like 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
I work for the family business, so it's exciting. We make custom office supplies. Yeah,
Hey, wait! Shout out the business. What?
Comstock Incorporated. If you guys need binders or boxes, you can just search it up and we'll
Bags. Do you guys-
Anytime I need a binder now, I'm only going for that brand.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
swear.
But you have to do a minimum order of what, Raymond? How much?
well, not a lot, 5,000 pesos worth. That's probably gonna get you maybe like 20 pieces. You want 20 binders?
Guys.
If you guys want 20 binders, you
Yes.
know who to call.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, mine's not as exciting. So I work for a bank. So I'm an FX trader. So basically I trade foreign exchange for the bank.
How fun!
Yeah, it's not as exciting.
That's insane. I mean, like, looking from the outside in, you would never guess, like, oh, Lola Amour, and then those are your jobs, like, on like what you're doing on the daily. How do you guys keep it together with such like a tight schedule, touring schedule, making music? What's the career life balance like?
We don't have friends anymore.
Yes, that's step number one.
Alright, that's step number one. So yeah, on the weekdays we work. Today's a weekday, so we go to stuff also at night. And on the weekends, usually our whole weekend is packed. Right now we're on tour, so we're going around. We're flying around the Philippines, and next month we're gonna have a overseas show, our first one ever. So yeah,
Wait, where?
we're going to Singapore next
Congrats.
month, November 19th. Trifecta Festival.
Hey,
Right,
let's go.
Mm.
Work from home.
So yeah, we're headlining there. So it's a dream come true, but
crazy.
it comes at a
Congrats.
cost. We're so tired.
Oh, there's no balance.
There's no balance. Okay.
It's more like cutting your losses for both sides. So there's a lot of the time that I don't come through for the band. I'm sorry. and, and there's also a lot of the time where I don't come through for the office. So just make sure you get through the day, through the year, and yeah.
Yeah,
What's important is you try.
that's true. That's very true.
I think for me, what works is I think the industry in general that I'm in, because like in banking, kasi we have like a close schedule. So when we're done with the banking day, I don't really bring home any work. So I'm
Yeah.
done. So I can focus on the band.
Hey,
So like I guess maybe you can pick a different.
he's got the right
Work.
setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
So-
it's just Raymond Raymond and Messina, who is a med student, who have a hard time like balancing their work schedules, because with Vice Asia also we're a very no messaging after work hours or like
Oh,
on the
that's
weekends
beautiful.
kind of place. And David also gets to control his time because he works like project to project and like overseas work. So yeah, so that's a big factor on why we're still like keeping afloat. But if it weren't for that, I think all of us would be.
Pero, I mean, like, you guys are such a big band. And obviously, being a big band, I can just imagine how much you're getting paid per show. Have you ever thought, like, just quit the job and just go full-time music?
The thought has been there like a few times, but I don't know. It's just a hard thing to let go of, I guess. Especially, I don't know. I don't know if I can speak on behalf of the band, but me, I really enjoy my job. So
Yeah.
it's not something that's like easy to like.
It's a cool job for sure.
It's a really fun job.
Yeah. How about you guys?
I mean, the money is tempting, but
Ay.
but
How tempting.
but unlike Pio, I don't enjoy my job.
It's
Uh,
going.
yeah, it's more of a responsibility thing. So I
Yes.
really can't let it go.
Yeah.
Even if I wanted to. But yeah, the money is tempting.
Yeah.
But some things have to go before that.
True. Very true. Very true.
I'm just going with the flow. So like I don't know. So far I've been kinda managing. So like yeah, let's just go with whatever.
I mean, best of both worlds. If you can
Mm.
do both, why not? You know.
Yeah.
Pero I think just recently, like I'm just gonna name drop real quick. Jose Marie Chen said something. It was on like a morning
Oh,
time
yeah,
show or
yeah.
something, and he was saying like, if you're a young composer or something like that, don't make music your full time job, or try to be a doctor or something like that. Personally, I don't think he meant anything wrong by it.
Mhm.
It's just more of just like trying to give some words of like, hey, think about your future, try to do both. But for you guys, if you are thinking about musicians or young musicians, what would be your advice to them? Have a job also, or try to do the music thing full time?
Okay, quick shout out to my Lola who heard that whole statement on
Yes.
TV, and of course went straight to me and told me the advice of Jose Marie Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, my advice is that it depends on what you want to do. If you have the safety net to risk your
true.
future on that, or I guess it also depends on your what do you call that, risk appetite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On your risk appetite.
true.
But generally, the band were all very conservative, I guess, with when it comes to risks. So we did. None of us ever thought about, like, the whole time we were studying in college. I don't think any of us thought about doing this full time. It was always just a passion project, because it was a lot easier to do a passion project if you're with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like seven, right? So it gets chaotic at times, but it's also the thing that makes everything the easiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's more of seeing how much effort you could put into the thing apart from your, let's say, day job. Like in our case, we all have day jobs, but we've gone above and beyond what we've needed to do.
Yeah.
So again, if you can, you have to go for it, because you have responsibilities with your regular career, and then you have responsibilities to yourself to make sure that you're still happy with what you're doing with your life. So
True.
again, it's a balance thing, something that we haven't mastered yet. But
Yeah, I agree. I think it's also about, like, deciding on the things that you're okay with sacrificing. So yeah, I think we mentioned a while ago that our social lives are almost non-existent at this
Yeah.
point. So you also have to factor in, like, what are you willing to lose? What's more important to you? Like, you can have your stable job, your music career, and then your social circle. Or choose two.
Yeah.
You can only
Choose
choose
two
two.
of the three, yeah, for sure.
So I think that's the idea behind it. If you wanna risk it all, or, like, yeah, you just have to choose which ones you're okay with, like,
Totally agree.
sacrificing. Yeah.
For sure.
Same with me, yeah. You have to pick what you wanna. You have to, I guess, choose what you prioritize from everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so yes, you blew up at the cusp of the pandemic, and while on tour and having a day job at the same time, how are you able to manage like writing even more hit songs, or creating more music, or doing more of these creative things?
I think it's you really have to multitask. So, like, while we were on tour, we would also have, like, writing sessions on the weekdays after work at like 7 p.m. to like 11 p.m. on the weekdays. Sometimes Raymond would write while on the airplane. I think he wrote something for Raining in Manila on the airplane, right, Raymond?
Hey.
it was for
A different song.
a different song that I
Okay.
don't know if I could say yet. But
Okay,
yeah.
no
We
spoilers.
wrote it on
No
the plane.
spoilers.
New music.
Yeah,
New
yeah.
music,
Nice,
new
nice,
music.
nice.
Yeah. We were writing an album, actually, during the tour. Like, it was the start of our album writing process. And even now, and a few months ago, we've been, like, hard at work writing some songs, but it's really hard to just, like, balance it, because you're, like, always tired and always
Exactly.
yeah, it's hard to write. It's hard to be creative, especially when you're tired, because you, like, put all your brain power into your day job, and you think you have time at night.
No.
But then I only have space for anime and
Yes.
yeah, and YouTube.
Favorite
black
anime?
holes. Right now I'm watching JJK right now, but I think my favorite Might be Mushoku Tensei.
Oh, okay.
One
Don't
Piece.
know.
Let's go. One Piece.
One Piece. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. No,
Oh,
yeah. I
How about
mean,
you?
anime
Forgot the
fan.
question.
Favorite anime?
Ah, classic one, Naruto.
Naruto.
Oh, classic, classic.
Sorry, you were saying.
Well, I mean,
I'd have to say though, one of the hardest things about trying to write songs while you're so busy is when you hit the writer's block and you don't know what to do. Usually, what I do is I try to learn other songs, try to dissect what other artists do. But if you don't have enough time, like you don't have the luxury of listening to music
true,
with intent to
true.
like understand what they were doing and stuff like that. So more often than not, when I write at least, I'm kind of stuck in the box. So it's kind of hard to get out of it.
Sometimes when you're tired, it gets kind of tiring just to do anything like new. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
start a series. I don't want to listen to new music. I
Yeah.
just want to do nothing.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
1 hour black hole of just scrolling up.
We've talked about like, okay, balancing music and career, but would there ever be a time that you would just go full on career and drop the whole music thing?
I
Well,
think that
yeah.
would happen before I'd go full time music. Like that's probably my what would happen if I were to
The label is getting scared right now. I love it.
if I were to drop something,
Yeah.
if I had to drop
If you had
something.
to
But at this point, you don't have to drop anything. Like things
Makes
are doing
sense.
both for both. Just being honest.
Yeah, no, for real, for real. How about you?
Me, which one? Like, if I had to drop one thing, I don't know. It would have to be like I said, it's a risky move. So you'd have to like assess like how long can you be doing this at
very
which
true.
like whichever career you do, like which one has like like it depends on what I feel like is my ambition at the time.
Yeah.
But I am aware that one day, if I want to excel in one of them, or like to like be at my best at one of them, I have to drop the other. So yeah, it's always a discussion with myself. Ganun.
That's wild to think because I mean, you guys are doing so well, like so very big of a band to be like, oh, but also I might just choose the career over this. I mean, just like that's interesting. Like, I don't usually hear that from some of these other artists, but like I respect it. That's awesome. I guess the last thing, I mean, just to jump away from this whole topic, you guys are working on an album right now, and I've listened to all your singles. What's it been like making the new album right now?
Ooh, I think so. Like back in June and July and August, I think that was the time. I think we were writing multiple songs, like a lot of songs in one go. And then I think the thing that we've never like anticipated when writing the album is like some of the songs they start to sound the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you write 10 songs and then you're like at this headspace. So like you think about like structures like similarly, and I don't know, for me a lot of the songs were sounding the same, so it was like so hard to like get everyone to snap out of it and
Yeah.
then like make sure that everything has its own like character and like purpose in like the whole album. Yeah.
How about you guys? How you feeling about the new album?
I think it's harder for us because before we'd usually like release singles, and those singles we usually like play them already live.
Yeah.
So at this point, we don't have time to like play these songs, so they're not really road tested. That's how we usually check if it's ready.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we'll check if it's ready.
That's also why we used to release one song a year only.
I remember I remember hearing like very early versions of you guys playing live Raining in Manila, and like even you guys being like, this song's not gonna it's not gonna do well.
Yeah.
What's the surprise there where it's like you felt that way about the song and then it became like one of your biggest songs?
I think road testing a song really helps because like we were playing it live, and even though we didn't like foresee that it would go so big, you could see it in the crowd, and they're like your data.
Yeah, no, for real
Yeah,
though.
so you trust your data. They really like it. People are looking for it more than the other songs that
Yeah.
we've been like road testing. So like when you see live video of this song, gets this many likes, this many shares. But then when you put on Raining in Manila, it's not even a studio version yet. People just saw us playing it live. There's so much engagement.
They're
So,
gravitating
yeah,
towards
so yeah,
it.
I think forgot where I was going with this. But yeah.
What's it like for the song to become so big and, at the time you guys weren't too sure about it?
Well, of course, a surprise, but in the sense that when we wrote the song, we weren't trying to get a number one.
Yeah.
We weren't like
That's the best part.
That was the last thing on
Yeah.
our minds. We actually just played what we wanted to. So, you
Yes.
could see that with the long instrumentals. And in fact, the reason why we started with a chorus, I don't know if you remember, is because you said the verse was weak.
Yeah, the verse was. If you start with the verse, it's pretty weak.
Yeah. So
Focus in the
No,
chorus.
yeah, no, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
so there were a lot of not inherently negative stuff, like negative emotions about the song, but more like it wasn't really the goal. The goal was just to make something that we were all proud of.
Yes.
And
Which should be the goal.
yeah, I mean, apart from being surprised, it's well, I don't have a fancy word, but it feels great.
Yeah.
It feels great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It feels
fantastic.
It feels great that something that is something that's honest became a hit. Something that
Yes.
something that we didn't that came from, like, that's really what is inside our heads.
Yeah.
Clip that. No, but for real, like that's amazing. Just having a moment where you're making something that you really love. You're not thinking about, is this gonna do well? You're not putting that pressure on yourself, even though it's there, and then it happens.
Actually, the first few times we played it, like, we felt like it was okay, and then I remember Zoe said after, like, maybe the fifth time, like, "Oh, this is my favorite song to play now." Like, only
My guy.
only then,
Yeah,
parang
yeah,
ganun,
yeah, yeah. After a few, yeah.
when we figured out what to play.
Yeah, because I always play I think I did my parts last, na, diba?
Yeah,
So I finalized it like probably like the last few minutes, yeah. So when it felt right now, it's like, yeah.
I feel like, before we wrap up, just to put it all together, what's next for you guys? What can people expect from you? What can people look out for?
Actually, the album was supposed to be out by now, but
What happened?
Raining in Manila did so well that we had to like follow.
You had to follow who? Shout them out.
We had to like follow
Name
up.
drop.
Yeah. No. No one told us to do anything. We just had to like follow up with that. Like it got big, so we
That's
wanted
true.
to tour the song.
Yeah, of course.
Like get it focused
the
on
Fallen Tour.
promoting it. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Fallen Tour, But then it also gave us like pressure.
Yeah.
The next song has to be at least like close to it.
Or
Like,
just
what if
go
it-
off of your philosophy. Like it doesn't. Like just enjoy it, and it will be. Maybe just think the same. Like it could be good, and then it will be.
This is our first time dealing with that kind of pressure.
Eh?
Actually, yeah. So let's see. It's always how we do it, anyways.
Well, I know everyone's gonna be excited for you, and thank you again for being here on Billboard Philippines Volumes. This has been Lola Amour. Peace. Thank you.
Billboard Philippines.